That sort of like gives it away, doesn't it? So we are going to be making something. Which side are we on? Are we serving fear? Are we serving faith? Hi, my name is Adele of Be Diamond with Adele. We are all diamonds. Let's shine together. I am so happy. Oh my goodness, I am so happy just to be able to introduce myself like that, because this is my new YouTube channel and this is my first ever YouTube video. So I am so excited. Thank you again for being here. I just have I just have my own way that I want to dish out to the world, you know. Like, I love creating. Obviously you can see I've got my mannequin here and I've got a fabric here, so that sort of like gives it away, doesn't it? So we are going to be making something to wear, a garment to wear. I'll be doing it here on camera and I'll be showing you. So it's a segment of like how it's made really, but then at the same time, for those who are interested in learning how to make the particular garment I'm going to make here, or those who are just curious, like, we wonder how it's made, I wonder how it is or how it comes out like that, you can just be here and watch as well. And whilst we do that, I'll be chatting to you, just talking about life. There is so much pressure in the world, and at some point we have to find a way, we have to conjure some ways, some methods of how to come out of it shining bright like diamonds. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'll tell you about this fabric and how we can make this garment that I'm going to show you here, and then more other stuff. So do not go away, stay here with me, get a coffee, get a little drink, and stick around with me. You won't regret it. So right back into it. The garment I am going to show you today, like in this how it's made segment, I am going to make a kimono. A kimono is a flowy garment. Some make them short, others make them long. I am going to be making a maxi one today, and interesting enough, I'm actually using this fabric that I actually found in a charity shop. In the UK we call them charity shops, and I think in other parts they call them thrift shops, right? America and Canada. Anyway, I got this from the charity shop, like under like £2, really, like $2, $2.50, something like that. So blessed. I was so thankful when I found it, and I thought, oh, that would be a nice colorful project for my first ever YouTube video. So that's what we're going to do. But then I thought it would be simple and easier to do it on paper form, so that when I lay things on the table or when I show you, it's so easy that we're going to use for example sake. So let's say this is our whole 4-meter fabric, right? Like 4 meters, and the width of anything really, but going down, that's our 4 meters. So we are going to fold our fabric on 1.5 on the side, right, leaving a meter here. So we have 4 meters, right? So if we fold it on 1.5, having measured 1.5 meters, which is about 1.64 yards, folded we have 2, which makes 3 meters. Don't worry about this bit at all, because we are going to cut it off for some finishing or trimming that we're going to need on the kimono. So I hope that makes sense. I'm just trying to do it in some simple way, so let me know if that actually makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, using my pepper scissors. I've got my beautiful golden scissors here that I only use for for my fabrics, and they are not supposed to be used for anything else. That's a rule of thumb. You don't use your fabric scissors on paper or anything else. It actually messes them up. So we are going to cut our 3 meters. Just take the excess off. Yeah, so that is our 3 meters now. And then on fabric, obviously you lay it down on the floor or on a table, like this is my working table, and then you fold your fabric in half like so, right? And then you lay your fabric down and look at me, this is so nice. This is like my fabric weights. What just fell? Oh, my pen. This is my fabric waist. I brought this all the way from my last visit to Portugal. My daughter found it washed out of the ocean, and then she said, "Mom, I've got this for you." Said at the beach, and I loved it. So maybe you can give me ideas to paint it or something, right? From Portugal, from daughter, right? But it's a very good weight. So we are going to do our neckline. So you just want to measure from your collarbone here to the other collarbone. That's your neckline. So we've got 8 inches here. I am going to do just a rough sketch over here. So that's my mock neckline on our paper pattern. And then we are going to so you should have something like this on your fabric, okay? And then when you open it, you have like a neckline and something that looks like a garment already. Is it making sense? What we want to do now is cut open here. We cut open here, right? Like so. So now you basically have like an open dressy thingy already. Are we still together? Are we together? We've got an open thing already. So I am going to show you how it's like on my fabric, because when I brought this fabric home after I washed it, I was so excited and I went straight to cut it, only to think later that, oh, I would actually want to use it in the project for my first video. So I had already cut it. So it actually, let me take this off. I just loved how it looked on my pink shirt. Let me take this off and show you. So this is how it's looking like. This is how it should look like on your garment, right? So this is your 3 meters. Let's just try and pop it on already, and let's see what we're trying to do here. So this is it. Can you see? Ready? I told you, simple things. The kind of fabric, like as I'm looking at this one, it's like a silky fabric. So you want a light fabric, preferably something that has got a border like this. A border is this nice design on the sides. You can actually tell anywhere when you go fabric shopping to see like, oh, this will do, this will come out nice. So this is how it should be looking. Hopefully you can see well. It's taking shape already, isn't it? So I had drawn these lines away from camera, so just close by. All we need is to cut here. So what we're just trying to do is trying to use our fabric scissors right here. this is what we are working with here, just like on our paper foam. This is what we're working with, but this is just a dummy, a little project of it on just on paper, and this is the real thing, right? So right here, what we're going to do next, you can see it's taking form already just from the cutting. We haven't sewn anything yet, just from cutting it's already taken form. So what we're going to do is to hem this down by machine, right? We hem this down neatly, double folded like that, so it comes out neat. We are going to do that all the way round. Taking it to the machines, and then I am hemming it down neatly. Do not worry about the studio, it's not the most glamorous studio, but we are working on that now that we are going to be showing it more often. So yeah, so this is the hemming. You can see how beautiful and neat it is. So as you can see now, this is our hemmed garment. Like I have done it all the way from the top to bottom. So this is the final part now, as you can see clearly. So if we just measure maybe just about 13 inches or centimeters or whatever you like, really, just for the opening of your arm, and then make a stitch on the outside, because we are going to have these flaps open on the side. So you just have a closing stitch all the way from around, like under the boob area, going all the way down. So a stitch from here all the way down, so that this will not open up, but it will open up, and then the stitch will hold it, and then it will flap. That's all done now. The next time you see this, it will be on me on a photo shoot and set down to continue. Right. So now we can have a little sit down together. We've done the sewing bit. We have done the little photo shoot. Now it's time to sit down and chill and chit and chat about life a bit. Thank you so much if you're still here, for sticking around. This is the juicy, deep part. I hope you enjoy it. So I'll start with a little story actually. One day, a few months ago, I was on one of my walks. I do walk and I put my headphones on to listen to a sermon, a podcast. That very day, I was actually walking, listening to a sermon by Prophetess Tiffany Montgomery. She's here on YouTube. Love her, love her teaching so much. And that particular day, she was talking about, she did say a statement rather in the sermon, and she said, you are where you are right now because that is where you are supposed to be. I was like, hang on a minute. I paused it and walked a few steps, and then I played it back, and it said the same. It said, right now, this life here that I have right now, how I am living right now, how I am feeling right now, how I am viewing things right now, how I am feeling about how some people are treating me right now, how I am viewing my surroundings, my settings, everything about my life. This is where I am supposed to be. I was like, no, I do not like where I am right now. I do not like this phase I am right now. I do not like how some people are treating me. I do not even like how I am treating myself. More on that later. So I continued with my walk, listened to the sermon, did my prayers as I walked about, and came back home, did dinner, and before sleep, that was still on my mind, and I said, I need more. There is more to this. I don't like where I am, even if this is where I am, because it is what it is, but I don't like it. And then boom, something came, and it said, for you to do better, you have to do better. Woo! Deep, right? For you to do better, you have to do better. I was like, go on, Holy Spirit, go on, God, teach me, show me. Oh my goodness. On it, I pondered on it, both of the statements. Now I've got a new statement, and I'm like, so how did I get here into this space that I'm supposedly supposed to be, and it is what it is. And then I got 5 pointers that I'm going to share with you. And the first pointer is you spoke it. The second one is you missed it. The third one is you messed it. The fourth one is you have to change it. And the fifth one is do it now. Number one, you spoke it. So I spoke my present life. I must have spoken something. I must have believed something. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So what is it that I have believed and spoken it into my life? What are the limitations? What are the things that I've heard from other people about me that I've repeated myself and spoke? And I realized there were so many things that I had believed, things that I had spoke, things that I had called myself from my tongue. And then I went onto my journal and I started writing new things, speaking new things, speaking life upon myself, prophesying upon myself, denying and rebuking and erasing all that I had heard that was spoken over me. The unknown and the unknown and the known. So that's what I did. We have to get there at some point in our lives where we have to look back and see what we have spoken before in our lives upon ourselves. You know, we speak things like, oh, I'm not good at that. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, that's not for me. And a lot more of negative stuff. So I had to change what I spoke about myself and started speaking life into myself, speaking life into the dry bones that I had accumulated in my body. So that's number one. Going on to number two, you missed it. What did I miss? Opportunities, red flags. And don't think about red flags only in like intimate relationships or marriages or things like that. That can be applied to anything, any aspect of life. There is something that I had missed in my past that I needed to go back and rethink and get it back and ask for restoration of it. Opportunities, so many times we miss opportunities because we share too much. Sometimes we speak early, other times, and we miss a lot of things. We get so distracted. We fight battles that we are not supposed to fight. We go to war when we are not supposed to go to war. Hence, by doing so, we miss a lot of things. So I went and had a think and wrote down things that I knew I had missed, things that I saw that were not good for my life, that were not good in my life, that I had missed, and I had to sort that out. So look into your life today and see what you have missed, the opportunities that you have passed by, the time that you have missed and wasted because of distractions, because of fear. There is a lot that we have missed in our lives, knowingly and unknowingly. We need to go back and speak restoration upon those things. So yeah, we have done you spoke it, we have done you missed it, and number 3, you messed it. Messing about with your own life. And when you hear the word mess, what might come to your mind is maybe you have done something to destroy someone, or maybe there is someone involved. You've done something to somebody, to another person. But no, you can easily mess your own life up. You can actually do that in life by doing some wrong things to yourself, self-sabotaging yourself, having no boundaries in life with people, with certain people, lowering your standards, like forgetting and forsaking totally your values, your core values of your life, things that you used to stand up for and believing in, just throwing them out of the window like that. We normally do that in fear of offending. We normally do that in fear of rejection. We normally do that in over-pleasing. Easily throwing your values away, lowering your standards, starting to get into stuff that you actually know that you are not supposed to get into. In anything, really. Going about actually accumulating bad habits for yourself in your life. Totally messing yourself up. So you have to Go back again and look where you yourself have messed up in your life. Do not blame anybody at all when you are at that point number 3 where you messed it. Don't blame anybody. Just look at yourself. Look deep inside yourself and see where you have messed up, where you have wasted time, where you have repeatedly seen that this is a bad habit, and you still went back and continued in that dark place, bad place. You messed it. We mess ourselves up, because even if somebody is there that we can point and blame and say, oh, they made us do that, we allowed it, we participated in it, and it's time to take responsibility about our life, that we messed ourselves up. That takes us to point number 4. What do you have to do now? Change. Remember, for you to do better, you have to do better. Simple, just like that. If you want to do better in life, if you want to do better in your health, you have to eat better, you have to exercise better, you have to research better, you have to do better. You have to do better things than what you were used to doing before. You have to change. If you are in bad relationships, if you are in bad friendships, if you are in a bad workplace, if your children in the house are not doing good, anything really, you have to change that yourself. You have to set boundaries in your relationships, in your friendships, with your co-workers. You have to change what you do not like. Don't get stuck. Look it in the eye and tell it, speak to it, that I am going to change you. Bad habit, I am going to change into a better habit. Body, I am aching all over. I am going to change you, body. I am going to feed you well. I am going to exercise you well. In your relationships, face it, face them, friends, co-workers, lovers. Face them and tell them what you cannot tolerate anymore. If they go with you, that's fine. If they don't, that's still fine as well. Life goes on and you live on. Change it. Don't get me wrong. I know it and I get it. Change is daunting. Change is very scary. I know it. I've been there. It was painful for me to change some aspects of my life, some things in my life. And I'm still wanting to change more. But we have to do it. And we have to ask ourselves, which side are we on? Are we serving fear? Are we serving faith? We have to ask ourselves those questions. It's very daunting, it's scary, but you have to really, really know your why, and that why you want that change has to be that painful for you to push you to that change. No one is going to come and ring the bell like ding ding ding, change is here, anyone wants change, anyone? No, you have to want it for yourself, to better yourself, to be better. Takes us to number 5. Do it now. Your now could be a month later, right there, right now, or a day later, or you can schedule it to say, I want to change my life. I want to restore what I've missed. I want to correct what I've missed. I want to speak better on what I have spoken before. but you have to do it now. You yourself know when your now is. When you've had enough, you do it now. I hope this has helped. I hope you have enjoyed sitting here with me, sewing with me, taking notes, or anything. And for that, I really thank you so much. I enjoyed myself doing this first ever YouTube video for you. More to come. I cannot really promise, but my desire is to drop maybe 2 videos every week. I will get consistent, but thank you again. Share this with your loved ones, those ones that you care, those that you think might benefit from this. And until next time, remember, you are diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Blessings. Thank you so much. Bye.